Welcome to Ferwiner's first challenger. Defeated looted quite handily in the power struggle, the initial power struggle for the very first throne. Star-Crossed Kings Volume 3. His very first challenger will be standard Jaeger. And the map is Smoky Winter, Soviets on the left versus Ferwiners over Commando West on the right. Gonna see guard motor, guard rival combined arms, and Soviet combined arms against Ferwiners fortifications, breakthrough, and Luftwaffe ground forces. Standard Jaeger going with 3 conscript opening, and Ferwiner going to Volksgrenadier opening. He's going to start spreading himself out initially. Volksgrenadiers backcapping initially, while Sturm Pioneers make a very aggressive push for this house, jumping straight in, getting out on the other side, starting to grab this fuel point. First engagement will be between them and this combat engineer squad, which they should win, unless something arrives to support. Meanwhile, standard Jaeger is just going to go straight for the cutoff and fuel points here in the north.
Infantry assaulting! Men are focused and ready! Target secure. Establish defensive line.
Combat engineers making their way towards the munitions, and Sturm Pioneers, after taking the fuel, jump back inside of the house. Third squad of Volksgrenadiers on the field now to match standard Jaeger's third squad. He's going to go 4 cons. Continues throwing up sandbags here in the middle. There's no shortage of green cover in the center, but guess building more doesn't hurt anything. Combat engineers set up in green cover here in the south to engage against those Volksgrenadiers, which are going to stick around in the capture circle to get the munitions captured. A lot of deep snow around here. They could kill those combat engineers by just closing into short range against them, probably, but he's basically just ignoring the fact that they're even standing there, pulling out of their range entirely, and just continuing to cap territory in this area. 2 squads of conscripts now working on the middle, one of which is just standing in green cover, so not capturing territory quite as quickly as his opponent, who has spread out to capture at all locations. Actually, that's not true. Sturm Pioneers are in the building, so they're not capturing either. Conscripts have finished taking everything here in the north very soon, but it looks like these Volksgrenadiers are going to get control of the fuel point, which means Ferwiner now has both fuels in his possession, which is not a very good situation for a Soviet player to be in this early, or for anybody to be in, for that matter.
Volksgrenadier are on the line.
Second squad of Volksgrenadiers shows up to force that retreat. This squad of conscripts is simply going to defend the munitions point here in the north. I think a defensive position is going to be built here on the cutoff as well. And if he does simply defend the territory that he's currently got in his possession, he's going to have neither fuel point. So he definitely needs to get a little bit more aggressive, and he is going to make an attempt with this conscript squad for the fuel, but there are already Volksgrenadiers set up in green cover over here, which will maybe win the engagement. Conscripts are going to charge them. They don't really have as much cover as they do. I think this squad may not actually all have green cover. I think this model probably doesn't, and he goes down pretty quickly right there. These 2 squads engaging against conscripts over here on the cutoff. They do build green cover of their own, and this one is going down very quickly and will be forced to retreat. Sturm Pioneers have green cover. They might be able to force one retreat here, but I don't think they can win this engagement without support from another squad of Volksgrenadiers there, or here. There are a lot of Volksgrenadiers in the general area. He needs to actually get them into the engagement. He's preoccupied with trying to win this engagement as well, though. Mass conscripts are going to charge into his green cover position. He throws a grenade, but he won't be able to turn the engagement. He is forced to retreat right there. Conscripts take control of the north fuel, and possibly maintain control of the cutoff here as well. Sturm Pioneers doing what they can. They actually look like they're winning. Look like they're winning. They initially were firing on the squad in the house. Late retreat, and they get wiped. The squad in this house is going to have to retreat through deep snow. They need to get out now, or 2 squads of conscripts might get wiped by Sturm Pios. They're going to move to chase across red cover. Fortunately, they were between bursts while he was on the red cover road, and it looks like he might get away, maybe. That squad of Sturm Pioneers has 11 kills. And they haven't dropped a single model yet. I wasn't expecting that. I thought those conscripts were going to do better than that. Those Stern Pioneers in green cover apparently got the job done. Squad in the house. I'm not sure why he's just got a squad sitting in the house right there. Oh, there they go.
Enemy flame team!
Flamethrower upgraded on the combat engineers right here. They're going to move up to engage against the Volksgrenadiers. In that building, Standard Jaeger has gone with 4 cons, 2 combat engineers, which is pretty standard core, but one of those conscript squads is wiped. He's now floating a little bit, but I think he wants to save that for guards or heavy mortar. He needs to get a little bit more CPs together. Flak half-track fielded here by Ferwiner, who has gone tier 3 again, so no change in his Oberkommando West build.
Supply half-track is ready for orders. Target secure. This is what we're trained for. MG-34 heavy machine guns are now available.
Black half-track moves up into the middle to defend this location. All territory in the north has been captured by these 2 squads of conscripts, but Ferwiner will get control of the south fuel point back and control of the central village, sending a few squads of infantry to counter conscripts now. Volksgrenadiers setting up in green cover, or at range, trying to get these conscript squads to retreat, preferably through this flak half-track. Another squad of Volksgrenadiers is making its way towards the cutoff here, and AT grenades have been researched, and there's 3 squads of conscripts in range, but deep snow will make it difficult to close the distance against that flak half-track. That one gets suppressed without throwing the grenade, and maybe in very real danger of getting wiped in the deep snow. I think that particular burst was a little off target. They might get wiped anyway. Fall extremely low. There's a grenade toss from those guards. Late reaction. Retreat across the red cover right there. And do make a very narrow escape. These 2 squads of conscripts now are forced to retreat through the flak half-track. One of them gets wiped. These guards moving up from behind the flak half-track. It's up to 10 kills already. Here comes the AT grenade, maybe? No, Volksgrenadier grenade. Wipes that conscript squad. There's only 1 squad of conscripts left. 3 of 4 conscript squads wiped already. And that flak half-track has taken only very light damage from PTRS fire. Stern Pioneers and Fallschirmjäger make it into the retreat path of those guards as well. And there's another wipe. Standard Jaeger reduced to only 2 combat engineers, conscripts, and a fresh squad of guards. Ferwiner should be able to get full control of this map. After that series of engagements, which utterly devastated the Soviet forces. While Volksgrenadiers do some backcapping and get almost all territory under their control, in addition to the cutoff right here, so Standard Jaeger does not even have munitions in the north coming in. Flamethrower making its way towards the south fuel. And surprisingly, those Stern Pioneers feel so confident in the amount of damage that's been inflicted on Standard Jaeger that they're not even going to stick around to repair a flak half-track that I'm pretty sure is 1 field gun shot from death. Maybe? Maybe not. Looks like it has just a tiny sliver. More than it would take to destroy it in 1 hit. Fallschirmjäger are in the house. Already bled that guard squad quite badly. Down to half health.
Enemy flanking us!
MG-34 has been fielded as well, but it won't be able to do anything unsupported here against a flamethrower and conscripts. So this house has fallen into Standard Jaeger's control. Conscripts move to grab the fuel. Behind them, flak half-track is being repaired now by the Stern Pioneers. On the victory point, a triple cap is now going against the Soviet player. And it looks like we're going to see tier 4. No, tier 2. Tier 2 for a forward retreat point behind this house, which is a placement I don't think I've ever seen before, but he's so in the lead, he could probably put it here and be fine. Tier 3 going up for Standard Jaeger. It's a 10-minute tier 3. He does have 1 fuel point under his control. He'll be able to get a T-70 out in all likelihood before the game ends, but probably not early enough to make any really dramatic impact with it. Grenade toss on the stern piles. They've got to retreat. They managed to do minor damage to those guards while Jaeger bleed them from their position in the house, and the flak half-track is moving south to start cleaning up more infantry. Conscripts get away very narrowly, I think. Just kidding. They do not get away, and all conscript squads have been wiped. The flamethrower is trying to pull outside of that flak half-track's line of fire. And Standard Jaeger knows he absolutely cannot win this, so Ferwiner will take game 1 in 11.5 minutes with 437 victory points remaining. Standard Jaeger will have to top that in game 2 if he would like faction selection in the 8th game of the series, should it occur.